Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, and I have a Frugal Friday tip for you today, and this is something I've wanted to try for a while, but these are my favorite water brushes, except these ones have really, they're past their prime, and they've gotten really frayed, and they're just not working so hot anymore. But I just love the body of these, because they have a nice squeezy part to advance the water through. And they're just great, but eventually your watercolor brushes, your water brushes will wear down. And so I have a bunch of these generic water brushes. You know, they come with watercolor sets a lot of the time, and they're fine. They're not great, but they're kind of hard to squeeze, and they're just not the best. But the tips are fine. So I was wondering if maybe I could keep these Derwent water brush bodies and replace them with some of these generic tips that I had just kicking around. And if you're anything like me, and you'd like to try out different watercolors, and you try different sets and stuff, you end up with some of these brushes. Or maybe you bought a set, you know, just have something for traveling, and you know, you have them kicking around. They just like multiply like bad pennies. So what I discovered is that these cheapo generic ones fit the Derwent water brushes perfectly. And I'm going to do a little squeeze test here. And the water comes out the tips. It doesn't like leak here at the gasket, at the place where it's together. And that's great. Now I'm wondering, can I use the Derwent caps? Oh, you know what? The Derwent caps fit, but I'm not sure. I think they're just long enough, actually. I think they're just... I'm holding it up to the light to see, just long enough. If this was like a centimeter long, if this was just like a millimeter longer, it wouldn't work. So then let's try this little one here. This one is still stiff. I haven't even used this one. Okay, we're going to try that on this one. So the wide brush would be the only Derwent one that wouldn't really work with, because it's got a wider, I think it's got a wider thread to it because the head is much wider, but that one doesn't tend to wear down. That one seems to last a lot longer. It's these rounds that get kind of sanded down with use. So let's give this a try. Yep, everything's coming out from the tip. It's not coming out from the seal where it's connected. I am so happy. Now let me see if this cap will fit, because I do like the Derwent caps. I'm going to hold it up to the light, and yeah, this one I have a little extra room in it actually, so perfect. Look at that. It's like I've got brand new brushes. I've had these for a couple years, and I have replaced them. I have a new set, but I'm so glad that now I have backups, and yeah, I'm just thrilled. I'm just thrilled. So if you've got a set of like maybe higher end watercolor water brushes and you're bummed because the tips just aren't, they're wearing down, see if any of your generic ones that don't have as good of a body, like these are hard to squeeze. There's nothing wrong with them, like I said, but these are so much easier to squeeze. Like I can even show you what I mean. So if I, you know, I have to really squeeze in there to get that water to come through. But with this, I just give it a little squish, little squeeze on the silicone sides, and it's ready to go. So it just gives you a little extra life from your higher quality products if you happen to have, you know, these generic spares around. Because I think the tips are pretty similar across the brand, but having an easy to squeeze body is really awesome. So thought I'd share that with you. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye.